Coming up in today's episode. That's right, today we are restoring this beautiful Ford RS200 that we'll be upgrading, modifying, tuning, and giving a custom finish to before we take this beast round the beautiful gravel track to see how it compares to the gravel track lap time board. Will we be able to beat that Audi Quattro? What do you think? Let's jump in. Let's get started. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with another new project. Yes, this is the Ford RS200, the new mod by Payne. It looks absolutely fantastic, and it's a rally car. So today, as you've already seen, we are definitely going to be taking this one onto the gravel track, see if we can beat that Audi Quattro VM Rally with a flying time of 141.676. Will we be able to do it with the RS200? Not sure, but there is only one way to find out. So we need to get this one built and ready to go. Before we fully jump into that, let's have a look. This is obviously the Ford RS200. We've gone for the WRC edition, giving us even more reason to put this one onto the gravel track. We got ours from the auction house. It's available from all of the places, so you can get it absolutely anywhere. The condition, not great, if we're being truly honest. Everything under 20%. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us today. Did we get a good deal on this RS200 from the auction house? No. Obviously not, because I never do. 55,434 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 46,344 as it is, losing out on 9,090, and we've got no drag strip winnings to aim for, so we just got to try and make it back in a profit from the car. The engine in this one is the i4 2-litre double overhead cam TFSI engine, pumping out 580 factory horsepower. Hopefully, once we've finished tuning, upgrading, and modifying this beautiful, beautiful beast, it's going to have a lot more power than that and be able to be a contender on the gravel track. Don't forget to come over and join us on the official Red Dot Games Discord server, link in the description below and on screen now. Take part in the current competition where we're building this beautiful Dodge Charger. Now, a couple of people have entered with a different model Dodge Charger. That is not what the competition's about. It is only for the one specific model, which is the 2011 to 2014 Dodge Charger, the one linked in the competition. It does finish on Wednesday. It closes on Wednesday, and the winner announced on Thursday once we've finished all the voting. So make sure you get in and give that a go. It's a lot of fun, and we just play for bragging rights. But also on the subject of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, as always, new DLC has been announced. It is the Dodge Ram, I believe, and a Jeep DLC coming very soon. I say very soon. Coming soon. It's going to be awesome. I know I'm definitely looking forward to that. Are you looking forward to it? Let me know in the comments below. Some trucks to play around with, and they'll probably be going around, at least some of them, onto the gravel track anyway. So let's get this beautiful Ford RS200 started. Let's get it into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Let's get this RS200 all clean and ready to go then. We've got some French toast liveries to look at. I'm so happy about that one today. So let's get it cleaned and see what we've got on for a base. What have you got underneath all that dust and grime? You do look like you have the actual WRC livery on it. It's very, very faded underneath all of that white. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But you do have the Dead Bob 777 and French Toast Rally and nameplates on there. So that's looking pretty awesome. Is that what we're going to stick with? I'm not sure. You've already seen the thumbnail, you know. But let's get the interior done. Get this beast back onto the lifter. Get everything ripped out of there. And start stripping everything down. The Ford's in the air. First things first. I can see it already. We need to check for that oil pan. It's definitely there. So let's get all the oil drained out of that one and get started with this beautiful Ford. Not bad. Not a lot in there, but the oil condition didn't look too bad. Now, this should be rear-engined. Yep. Four-wheel drive. It is indeed. That's going to be awesome. Just check that these rear wheels are actually connected up. To a degree, they are. We are missing the gearbox, so that is a bit of an issue. And this front exhaust section, obviously, this engine here has to have that front exhaust section. We will be able to take care of that a little bit later. We'll make that one invisible so that it doesn't stick through anything weird like that. But let's get started. First of all, let's get this front exhaust section out of here. Now, as I said, we are missing the gearbox and the starter. No, we're not missing the gearbox. Oh, I see. That's just imaginary reconnection. I'm sure that there's going to be something in there so that we can actually see it. Let's go take a look. We should be able to open this trunk. We'll just go to photo mode rather than putting the car back down on the ground. Yeah, see, all the drive axles are connected into this sort of box setup here. So it is all sort of fabricated to look like it's all connected, even if it's physically not. But we need to swing around. So first off, we need to get this beautiful drive shaft out of here. Out you come. I reckon it's probably going to want that starter from the top, isn't it? So I've already made a mistake by forgetting that there's a starter in there. I remembered in the last one and forgot in this one, you have to get it from the engine base. We do still have to put the car back down on the ground anyway. So down you go. Let's get that starter out of there. In we go. Come on, let's go. One, you come. Round we go. On the wrong side. Feels weird, the engine facing this way. Just one of those things. But anyway, out with that starter. Let's get it back up in the air. Let's start getting it all out. She's back in the air, so let's get that gearbox out of there. Nice and easy. Out you come. One rusty bolt. Out you go there. And now we should, after we've got everything, the rest of that out, be able to get that engine out of there. So back down on the ground you go. The open hatch. The open hatch? The rear hatch is open, was the words I was definitely looking for there. Let's try and pull that engine out. That's what we like. First go. Nice and easy. We do, I think, need to get this back up in the air to get all of that suspension out of there. But before we do that, let's see what we've got going on inside the engine base. We've got a coolant reservoir. I like that. Medium intercooler inside that lovely roof bubble scoop thing, whatever's going on up there. So we've got the coolant reservoir, an air filter. I think that sits inside a box. Then we've obviously got a fuel tank with a fuel pump in it somewhere. There it is, just a bit rusty on that plastic fuel pump. Then we've got a brake servo up here with a fuse box in there. And then battery, wishy-washy reservoir, and 2 radiators at the front there. No power steering for this rally car. Just double check we're not missing something. Yeah, no power steering for this rally car. We also don't have an ECU in this one as well. So a little bit of extra power we would have gained from that one's going to be missing. But we will have a bit of power from a fully tuned medium intercooler. But now we just need to we need to drain some liquids. Can I get them? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. We need to drain them all from there. You know the drill. Right click. No, we need to go to normal mode first. Part mount mode. Right click, additional tools, drain tool. Click and hold on the container, and it will obviously drain it all out. I'm going to get the rest of this suspension and engine bay all stripped out and ready to go. Then when we come back, it'll be time to sort out this stunning RS200's wonderful bodywork so we can get it all back together looking fantastic before going into the paint shop. That's all the engine and suspension repaired, replaced and upgraded. Now we just need to sort out this very faded RS200's bodywork. So let's start stripping it all off and see what we've got here. Obviously that hood's a piece. It also brought out the headlights as well. Out with that front bumper. Off you come. Then what have we got? Front right fender. I'm assuming there's a front left fender as well. There is, but it is missing. So we don't need that for the moment. Going around, no windshield in there. The roll cage is part of the framework. The rear trunk. This should be the window, license plate, and the trunk. Lovely off of there. Then we got car part 2, which is a beautiful spare wheel. We're going to try and match that up as best we can with the wheels we've got in the car. What else have we got? Are they fitted to the frame? Fitted to the frame? Fitted to the frame? Oh, what's that? That's a rear bumper. Out you come on there. Then we got the rear window. Off you come. That's part of the intercooler. The rest of that's part of the framework. Part of the framework. That might be every... Oh, no, right. Rear fender on there. And then that's our air intake, so we don't have to worry about that. That's part of the engine bay. It looks like we got no interior, but we will just double check that we've got no interior. Nothing to put in, and yes, 2 seats to the steering wheel to go in. Are we going to stick with those seats today? I don't know. We'll maybe try the Kirky ones, the metal, like, race-style seats, and see what we've got going on with them. But is that all of the body stripped down? Let's have a look. That's not the screen I want. 1% on there, and nothing showing up on there. So we have got everything. Now it's time to get the welding all sorted, get this frame back to normal. 55,000 is what I paid for it, and the frame is at 14%. What do we reckon? I'm gonna go 5,500. My guess of 2,000 was way off. Hopefully that means we should get a massive profit from this beautiful Ford RS200. Let's have a look at the body shop just quickly while we're here. So we've got 2 options for car part 1. Our lovely spare wheel, we're going to ignore these because we don't want slicks. We're rallying or gravel tracking this one today to be one of these 2. I think this one's probably paintable, as we want to try and get it to match our wheels the best we can. Probably be that one. Car part 3, definitely going to be the race style setup. We don't need manual power windows or a tape deck or anything in there. Car part 4, that only goes with trunk C, so we'll see. We've got a couple of engine cover options. probably going to go with one of the fuller ones. You'll see why a little bit later on. Plenty of options for front bumpers, although I do quite like one of these ones with the extra wide fenders on there. So I'm not sure which one will go, but we also have some nice different style looking ones on there as well. We do have the roll cage, so I believe we should go for the roll cage doors, and we're definitely going to go for the rally style windows. I'm not sure. These are the giant mud flaps on it. So we've got black and red. I'm not sure which ones we'll go for. We'll have them on the car. We'll see what they look like. Definitely going to go with the mud flaps, though. As for the hood, definitely one of these ones with the big rally-style lights. Now, hoods C and D are for use with the blanking, so the no headlights. And then A and B are with normal headlights on there. So probably go with the normal headlights. Tail lights, we've got some options. Mirrors, we've got some options. Rear bumpers, I'm really not sure what's going on with them. I think that's the one that's currently on there. So we'll try that one, but this one looks a bit wild with a bit more of a diffuser. So we might have a look at that one. Rear right fender, that's obviously our air filter box. Rear window, headlights. And then we've got mirrors, tail lights, a few trunk options. I'm quite tempted to whack the massive spoiler on there from the Time Attack version, just because it looks awesome. And we definitely want the roof side pod. So it's either going to be like one of these ones or the giant wing. Definitely think we need trunk window C because I want that big old piece on that giant AirPod roof scoop thing. And as for the windshield, we got a few options and I'm not sure which one we're going to need. So we'll just have a play with a few of them and see where we end up. Right, so that's the plan. Let's get started. I'm going to go repair some bits I think we can repair that we're probably definitely going to be using. And then we'll crack on with buying a few bits and seeing what they look like. Well, it actually turned out the only pieces I could repair were pieces that we're going to look at options for anyway. So let's just get started getting on with that hood. Now, I bought both of them. I bought the D and the B. As you see, just one with lights, one without. And I'm not sure, so I don't know what the difference is. I mean, that is just that it goes with the lights. It looks a bit cooler. But I'm quite tempted to just not have the lights in it, considering we have that big old rally light set on the front there. And then that should just flatten out and go, hopefully, with the livery. So I think maybe we should give that a shot, which means we need to buy the blanking headlights. We'll get you and you there as well. And, oh, that's not the right button. And we'll see how this looks once we get it all on. Hopefully, it's going to look good painted later on. As for the front bumper, now, I'm not sure. The one we're supposed to go for is just the straight-up normal front bumper by the looks of that. Just double-check it. Yeah, front bumper unnumbered. So it wants that one. But I'm going to try on one of these sort of fender flared wide ones. I've bought the two. I bought the extra fancy one and the normal one on there. I'm just not sure how it's going to look. It's got some carbon fiber strips on there. It might look a little wild, but it might look a little stupid. We'll leave it for the moment. In fact, I'm going to take that one off and I'm going to try the other one just to see what the other alternative one looks like. So off you come and in you go with that one because I do think it looks quite cool. Does it sort of fit? It does. Oh, car part one sits underneath the hood. Oh, that opens the other way. So I did buy both pieces for this. It wants the 1B, but what is... So that's just that one there. It doesn't have any covers on anything like that. Is that better, or do we want the one with the big old cover box on it that says RS200? I think we just leave the RS200 on there. I think that's looking... No, we're going weight reduction. We're a rally car, so we're going to take that part out. And we're going to leave it with just the bucket piece in there. So let's get that closed back down again. I'm going to leave that bumper on for the moment. We'll see how it looks a little bit later on. We may swap it out. As for the sides, I've gone for one with the black mudguard. Couldn't think of the word there. And one with the red mudguard. And then we can just sort of decide which one we want to keep as we go around. Doors, roll cage doors are what it wanted. We do obviously have the roll cage, so I went with them. And obviously then I kept the actual rally style windows with the slide opening, especially as we don't have manual power windows because the piece I've picked for the inside is the piece that doesn't have it. So we open that one up. What it wants is, yes, I've bought the right pieces. It wants the one without the tape deck because this is a rally car, not a street car. So we get you in and we'll close that door. Moving back around, did I buy this rear window? I did, so we've already got that one. Trunk piece, I'm not sure if I actually bought this, so we need to go and see the trunk piece because I wanted to test out the big 10,000 trunk piece and see how it looks. It's going to look wild, we already know that. Is that going to be good for a rally car? It looks pretty incredible though, doesn't it? We'll keep it for the time being. We'll see how it turns out a little bit later on. Trunk window. Do we need the piece with this? If I buy that and put that on, what does that look like? Oh, extra spoiler. Definitely extra spoiler on there. That way, even if we do change our mind about this, we've still got the cool spoiler. I thought that was a piece that actually wrapped around this, if I'm being honest. but I like that as it is anyway. So then we need to open this trunk. That is a massive piece. And try on the engine covers. I bought one of each, the red one and the grey one. I'm going to pick my own colour on them a little bit later on anyway. So I think we'll just go with the grey and see what it looks like. This is why we need the engine cover, because of that full exhaust coming off of there. I think it looks pretty incredible. That's the grey one. All of these pieces here in the grey. As I said, we will be adding our own colour to it later if we can. We might not. It depends how it turns out. And then you've got the red cover on there. And I think if we're going to do the red cover, we do the red mud flaps. I think we're going to go for that. This car is going to be pretty colourful, I do think. So I'm going to take this left fender off, and we need to go and buy the red left fender. Where are you? Left fender, there we go, red one. So let's get that back on in the red. On you go there, that's looking better, especially if we're going for that red engine cover. Car part 2, I did say I was going to buy 2B, which looks like it can be paintable. We'll try and paint it a little bit later on. And what else have we got? Car part 4, what were you? Car part 4, I did already buy it. So one of them, if you're using trunk C, which is the one with the no side pods, you need to use that one there. We're not using trunk C, so we've already bought it. It's there, ready to go in, looking nice. What else do we need? Oh, I've got this part as well. Rear right fender, just the one option on there. So in you go. And then our rear bumper. Now it wants just the normal one. Let's just press shop on it. There we go. And it wants, I believe, we just click on it, rear bumper, just that normal one there. But what other options do we have? Can I put this giant diffuser on it? Is that going to look too silly? I mean, we do make silly builds on this channel, so maybe, but is it going to look smart with, oh, I see, I can't have that with the exhaust. There we go. Because I want the exhaust, we can't have that piece, so off you come. I hope I'm going to be able to get some money back for that. Might have overpaid. Probably don't want the bash bars. Let's just go for the normal one, and we'll see what we want to do with it later. We may change it. Definitely don't want that, which is a shame. We'll get you back on there. We'll get this closed back down. Then we need to sort out headlights, tail lights, and these lovely little things. We're going to blank license plate on for the time being, because I am quite liking this big wing as it stands at the moment. We don't have a front license plate. So now we need to sort out the windshield. What have we got? We've got options. Plain one, or we go for one with some striping. I think we go for one with some striping and an antenna as we are rallying. It does want the antenna on it anyway, so that makes sense. That should body colour a little bit later on, or livery colour, hopefully, when we get it in the paint shop. Mirrors, we've got, like, if we stick with this sort of stuff, we've got some carbon fibre accents on here, a bit of carbon fibre on that wing as well. So maybe we do go for some carbon mirrors. Do we want normal style ones? What does it want? Normal style ones. We'll try the normal style ones, and we'll see how they look, obviously on the right side. So we'll get you on that side, and it's going to be hard to tell until we get it painted. So maybe, no, we'll stick with them as they are, just in the carbon fibre. We can always change them later if we want to. I'm liking this so far. I'm not sure how I feel about this front bumper at the moment, but we are making it custom and different, and that's what we do here. So around to the back. We need the rear tail lights, and obviously we've got the red mud flaps, so we're going with the red mud flaps on there. No mud flaps, black mud flaps, red mud flaps. Nice and simple. In you go there, and in you go there. Looking quite nice. I do quite like the red mud flaps, although I have got an idea what I want to do with the livery for this one. I don't know if red will quite go with it, but it's going to look good nonetheless. Fingers crossed. And if not, we can always change them back to the black ones and swap that engine cover out anyway. But is that everything for the bodywork? 100%, and the frame's now at 100% as well. We just need to sort some interior out. Now, it wants the GW500 bucket-style seats, but I want to try and get the metal Kirky race-style seats in there if I can. These ones here, very, very protective, very built for racing. So I'm just going to buy one, actually. Let's save a bit of money, as I've already spent too much on the exterior bodywork, just to see if this seat fits in the car without, you know, too much issue or anything like that. Being able to see through the bottom. You can see through the bottom. That does really upset me. I could go in and edit it. Is it going to suit the vehicle? I do think it is. Maybe I'm going to go in and change the seat position just up a little bit so that it will fit them in. As for our steering wheel, now we should definitely go for one of our custom steering wheels. But do we go for a VM one? Don't want to go for a drag. We could go for one of the Momo ones, or we could go for a slowpoke one. Sorry, Slowpoke. We're not going for a Slowpoke one. We're going for one of my own, and we'll see how that turns out. So let's just get you on and see how it looks. Because remember, in the last build, my own steering wheel didn't really fit it very well because of the way it was set up. See, that fits all right. No bolts poking through. That's looking good on there. It's a bit large, but it is what it is. Very large steering wheel. I like that, though. So I do kind of want to go for these Kirky seats. So I'm going to try and go into the car editor, bring them seats up a little bit, make them fit a little bit better. Let's just buy another one and hope that I can get that done nicely without taking it too much time. I went too far. Let's get you in as well, and hopefully it's going to look awesome. Maybe add some colour to them seats a little bit later on, not too much. We don't want to take away from what they are. I just want to bring them up so they're not squished in the floor a little bit. But I think that's it. Let's check everything's at 100%. Yes, it is. Looking fantastic. So now let's get into the paint shop and let's see what liveries we've got for this beautiful RS200. In the paint shop with the beautiful mist match RS200 as it stands at the moment. Obviously, that's going to change in a short little while. There is only one factory colour, and that is the white on this beautiful car. But we do have some liveries to look through. Now, these, I believe, are the same as the one from Car Mechanic Simulator 18. So let's have a look. In slot number 1, if it loads, big files, it is the blue and grey stripes. I believe these are all by French Toast. Slot number 2 is the actual Hella Rally one, with Dead Bob 777 and French Toast nameplates on there. Looking quite awesome. That's the one it came with, and it does actually look quite good, but we just did a white build, so I'm not sure about that one. Then you got the Hoonigan one. I'm not sure if there's actually meant to be a livery with this one or if it's just the Hoonigan on the windshield, as nothing actually shows up, and there is no colour options available with it. It doesn't change anything. Slot number 3 is the Monster Time Attack one. Now, you can make this one whatever base colour you want, playing around with it, so you can swap all of that around if you want to, sitting on a base white. Do quite like it, but it's just a bit too plain. Not what we're going to go for today. This is what I believe we're going to go for, the beautiful Monster Energy Rally Star one. Obviously, Ken Block on there. We miss you, my friend. Rest in peace. Absolute legend. I love that guy, and I do love this livery. This is one of my favourite all-time liveries. I think it looks good on almost any car. One thing we will be changing is I'm going to try and match that green and change that into a green if we can. And I do think maybe the red mud flaps and the red engine base stuff are a little bit too much with this colour. So maybe we'll swap that one back to the originals. We shall see. What other options have we got in here? We've got the Paps one. That's looking quite nice in a yellow and grey. Then we've got the Q8 oils. Q8 oils, not Q8, I'm assuming. I don't know. With French Toast on one side and Dead Bob 777 on the other. Then what have we got? Rear black badge, just down here, the RS200 in a black. I think we've got a few of these. Then we've got it in the red, and I do believe we've also got it in the white. So I'll just add some colour, or take some colour away, so you can see that one on there. And then we've got blue stripes on any colour base, looking quite good. And that's it. So we're definitely going to go for the Monster one. So let's get back round to that, because I do want to change the finishing. There we go, because I do want to change the finishing just a little bit, and I need to try and match that green, because I want to put that on the bolts. So I'm not going to paint it yet, because I need to get that colour matched. So bear with me a minute. That's what we're going to go for, though. That's definitely going to go on it. And the one thing we are going to change is I'm going to change the finish. The finish is going to be this. So the colour coating I'm gone for is a 0.75 on the metalness, 0.3 on the roughness, and a 0.1 on the clear coat to sort of give it this sort of satin matte finish. One of my favourite looks. I absolutely love it. Normally I just go for straight up matte, but this with a bit of shine to it looks absolutely beautiful. So that's how it's going to look. Obviously, minus swapping these out for the original colours. But I'm going to go in and sort some stuff, get some paint matching done, get it all painted. When we come back, you'll see all the changes I've made, including something to these seats. Hopefully, we'll see if we can make them look good. If not, it will just be as it is. So I'll be back in a second, get this beautiful car all painted and ready to go. Here she is then, looking wonderful. Absolutely loving that. We got obviously the livery on. I've matched the green to get it onto that trunk spoiler on there. I think it's looking quite good with the technically quadruple spoiler, triple spoiler, quadruple, I can't count. Does that count? Triple spoiler on there, looking quite nice. Quite pleased with that. On the inside, we've got some carbon and green on the seats, and obviously a little bit of carbon and green on that steering wheel as well, just for good measure. I think, oh no, I did also swap out the engine cover for the grey one and then painted it with a bit of green on there just so it will match in a little bit more. I think that's looking quite good under there. Very pleased with that. What do you think? Let me know. But now I need to crack on and start getting everything else painted so we can get this beautiful RS200 all back together, ready to tear up the gravel track. We got everything painted on the beautiful RS200, and it's almost ready to go. We're not quite, though. We still got to finish building that engine, but the engine bay and the suspension is all done. We're just going to go in from the underside. You can see it from the outside. Well, we've got a few bits in the engine base. We've got the brake servo, the wishy-washy reservoir, two beautiful green radiators at the front there with a fuse box just in a little carbon weave. Just about see it on there. It's a very dark carbon weave up there. And then on the battery, we've got the green tray. Beautiful green on that Ford badge there. And then some chrome battery tray bracket rods looking nice. Down to the rear engine bay. If we go in here, I need to click where the engine would be. Quite hard to see, but there we go. Not much in here, just the coolant reservoir, a lovely floaty air filter, and our fuel tank with a green fuel pump in there, along with the green medium intercooler, which is technically part of the suspension, but it is what it is. Now onto that suspension that you can all see, black, white, and green, fitting in perfectly with the color design of the car. I think that looks fantastic. I'm hoping you guys all agree. Same sort of thing for the front, except we just got a cross member in the front there, along with our lovely front diff, so that it can be four-wheel drive and be good on the gravel track. Hopefully. That's a hopefully it'll be good on the gravel track. Let's get that closed back down. This beautiful livery. Honestly, one of my favorite liveries in the world. I absolutely love it. I think it'll look great on any car. Originally designed for Ken Block. I'm not sure who originally designed it, but well done to French Toast making a version of it to fit on the RS200 in this game. Absolutely fantastic, and I love it. And well done to Payne as well for creating the car. It's a beautiful car, and maybe he had some design idea in the livery. But anyway, onto the beautiful engine. In we go for this i4 engine. As you can see, it's looking good. We got black and green on the main block there, just black on the oil pan, and then chrome and black on the head with a green camshaft cradle, green idle rollers, a black and green camshaft cap, white back cover, and a white belt tensioner on there. Inside, same as last time, you got two camshafts, 4 spark plugs, and then obviously this camshaft cradle in through the middle there, looking nice. We've got a little bit of chrome in that oil filter housing, and then around to the back, we've got white on the timing cover, and then black and green on all of the little accessory parts in there. Under the timing cover is 2 more cam gears and a lovely timing chain. They're normal cam gears. You can't swap them out to that one, though. But anyway, let's crack on and start getting the rest of this engine all back together, starting with this front timing cover A in a beautiful, beautiful white. When it goes in the car, these bolts are going to go green, and they should look very good. Crankshaft pulley is in a cheeky little black on there, looking very, very nice. Our alternator keeps up with the chrome theme, and so does our power steering pump, with a little splash of green on there just for good measure. And then we've got a blacked out belt on you go with our last idle roller in there in a green. All looking very, very good. Under here, we got fuel injectors. There's 4 of them. They're also all in a lovely green. Oh, if I could get to select them rather than flying myself around a little bit in there. Looking good. And if we go back up to the top, our engine head cover is also in a white there, matching in with that front and rear timing covers on there. Looking good. With our ignition coils just in a black. Why didn't you go green? There's plenty of green on this build. We didn't need any more, trust me, as we crack on. Intake manifold on this side, that is in green and black. Not too green, just a little splash of it. And then we've obviously got our fuel rail, which is also in green and chrome on there, adding a little splash of chrome to that fuel rail with some green brackets. I almost said cream brackets then. Don't know why. On with the throttle, that's in cream. That's in green and chrome. Why do I keep trying to say cream? I have absolutely no idea. There's no cream on this build at all, but there we go. On with our exhaust manifold. You are in chrome as well. Absolutely fantastic. And we got our turbo to go on top, which is in a green and chrome on there. I keep trying to say all of the wrong words, but I think that looks absolutely beautiful. That is that engine built. It's got one piece left to go on it, and that's the exhaust. It's going to be made invisible because it is what it is. Plus, our exhaust is built into our engine cover. So let's get this thrown into the RS200, and let's get it all finished off. Come on, you beast. The engine crane's over, so let's get that i4 dropped into this car. I think this is going to look pretty good. I absolutely love this car. The livery, again, so beautiful. But hopefully you just see that turbo in there with that lovely bit of green. Very metallic in comparison to the engine cover, which is a bit of a shame, but it still looks good. Obviously, we've got some rough metal on there, but we do have chrome tip on our actual exhaust fitted into the engine cover. That's why we don't worry about the exhaust. But we still need to put it in, and I think we have to go underneath to do it. So let's get the car up in the air, and let's get a few of these bits in. And we can also see how good that engine looks in there as well from the underside. In we go, all of them green bolts looking absolutely fantastic. Just changes the engine just a little bit, but let's crack on and let's start getting it in. This front exhaust section, I've made it invisible so we can never actually see it because it clips through the car, and we don't want that. On with the gearbox in a lovely green and black on there, keeping up with that theme, looking absolutely fantastic. We can't do the starter yet because that's from the engine bay, but we will get this drive shaft in. So let's get you in a white and green, just so we got a bit more colour visible from the underside. Obviously going into that lovely front diff on there. I think that's a little bit too long, you know, but never mind. These things happen. It still looks good nonetheless. Maybe it's because I'm using the modded drive shaft. Who knows? We shall find out. We won't find out. We won't know, but I reckon it's because of that. But there we go. That's all of that in. Looking good. Let's get it back down on the ground. We'll get that engine cover closed just so we can take a look at it. But all the green bolts on there look fantastic. So close you down. That's looking good. Now we just need to get the windows tinted. So let's crack on with that and see if we're going to do anything with the lights on this one today. Although I'm not sure. We'll have a look. We'll see what it looks like when things start happening in a moment. So we're going to go straight onto the windshield. What did I use last? 40. I think that might be a bit low. So let's go up to 70 and sort of see how that looks. It's very dark. Maybe we'll go down to 60 and we'll check it from the inside in a minute. In fact, we'll go 65 because that looks a bit too bright. Trunk window, that can be full 100%. Rear window, that can also be full 100% as well. What else have we got on here? Front left door window. You want to be the same as the windshield at 65. Same for the right door window, same as the windshield at 65. Hood. I can't see anything changing on there. Left tail light. Now, is this going to change the mud flaps or just the lights? It is just changing the lights. But do we want to change the lights? Do we want them a little like, do we want them ghosted? So they're all blacked out. It just looks a little too much. Can I change the colour? No. I think we're going to leave the tail lights as they are. Car part 3. Which is on the buttons and dials. So we're going to leave that as it was and all. So that's everything. So never mind. Let's just jump in and see what the window tint looks like on our lovely carbon seats. We're rallying, so that might be a little bit difficult. I think we need to get a little bit lighter on that one there. So let's figure that one out. I've gone for 55 on the window tints for the fronts and sides. It's not looking too bad. Still got a bit of a glare to it, but hopefully it'll be all right once we're on the gravel track a little bit later on. But that's enough for that. We'll leave it as it is for the moment. If I have my test runs and it's too much, I'll let you know that I've brought it down again. But next up, we're going to go pick some wheels for this beautiful, beautiful car, get them painted, and then get them put on. I've gone for the rim at 260 today. It is what came on it, but it matches in with that spare wheel we've got underneath that engine cover at the back, or underneath the clamshell cover at the back there, where you can see the engine. There is that spare wheel, and this is the closest match to it in there. So that's what we're going to leave it on. I'm going to put it on my custom white there, and let's have a play with some of the options. I'm going to go to steel black, because I kind of do want them two-tone. Let's get all the way around. That's too far. I don't want to go white on white. There we go. Steel black. What options have we got? All black. All white, all black, black in the center, white rim with the bolts being in the silver. Then we got black rim or white center with the bolts being in black. That's probably what we're going to go for. And then just all black in the paint and the mix. Although, do you think we should have maybe done it a green? What do you think? Should we have gone for green or should we go for white? I'm feeling white because we've got the white drip effect on it. I know the original ones came with greens on it when it was done, but I think it was actually mixed, wasn't it, on the original Fiesta? But I'm not sure. But that's what we're going to go for. Let's get these all assembled and get them on the car. Just balancing the last one now, and then we can get these last two for this side on and get this beautiful, beautiful RS200 all finished off outside in the sun once I've finished up filling up the liquids, because I haven't done any of that yet, if I'm being honest. But anyway, in we go. For the rims, let's actually talk about them. 260, as I said, is the rim choice we've gone for. They're an 18-inch rim with 245 width and a 35 profile on there. And you've already seen the colouring in that beautiful black and white with the green caliper through there. That's why I went for that. And obviously that black knuckle cover as well. Looking good. Let's get the front wheel on, and then we're almost finished with this beautiful, beautiful car. Just going to fill up them liquids, as you can see the empty wishy-washy container on there. The front wheels are exactly the same size. It's an 18-inch rim, 245 width, and a 35 profile on there. But that is that all done. One last thing we do have to do, though, that I didn't do a second ago, is get that starter in there. So in we go, and on you go with the lovely white and black starter. Looking quite nice. But now we can close that down. And that's them rims all finished. Let's get it back on the ground. I'm glad I went for the white. I think the green might have been just a tad bit too much, because we've got a lot of the green accents going on the car, and also green green brake calipers English. I can speak it. Trust me, it's the only language I know. But there we go. That is that all finished. Just got the liquids to top up. Then we can get this beautiful car outside in the sun. There's just one thing left to do on our drip livery RS200, and that's get that license plate swapped around. So let's get you off of there and get the actual license plate we're going to use on today, which is just a Block 43 license plate, given that this is a Ken Block car. Unofficially, it's a Ken Block car. We're calling it that. I love this thing. Absolutely awesome. It's another Ken Block build. We've done a few of them on this channel over the times. I think I've done all of them now, but never mind. I like Ken Block. I was a big fan of him. Rest in peace, you absolute legend. But anyway, on to this beautiful, beautiful car. I think it is absolutely fantastic. I've loved building this one today. Excellent work by Payne and the liveries by French Toast. Absolutely beautiful, as usual. But let's get inside and let's see what this beautiful RS200 sounds like with its turbo-powered i4 engine. Bit grumbly on the tick over, same as the last one, but let's give it some gas. Bit of over rev on that one, just a little bit there. Basically, when I let go is when you hear the turbo whistle, and then when it stops revving is when the rev limiter is broken just a little bit. Not broken, but it's designed to add more power. So it is what it is. Sounding good though, but I do love that turbo whistle. But let's get this beautiful beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is, what its drag rating will be, and then it's onto the gravel track to see what we can do. On the dyno with the WRC Ford RS200 and its 2-litre inline-4 engine with 580 factory horsepower. How much have we added to this one today as we over-rev? What will its drag rating be? And we're going to be racing this on the gravel track. It's going to be difficult. Wow! 818 horsepower gained, 142%. Bearing in mind we didn't have an ECU or any carbs to tune on this one, so that's a pretty wild power increase in my opinion, bringing us up to 1,397. This might be a little bit too powerful for the gravel track. We'll find out in just a little while. So drag rating of A, 999 on that one. So if we were drag racing it, we'd be in the very top end of the top class. I think this would probably be quick on the drag strip, but this is the WRC edition, so we're definitely taking it around the gravel track today. So what gearbox tune have we gone for? I've barely amended it at all. It starts at a 4 ratio. I just brought it down a little bit to a 3.6 ratio, which I believe leads to slightly higher top speed, slightly less acceleration, just because this thing is a little bit wild. As there's no ECU or carburetors to tune on this one today, I won't link the video up there, but they are linked in the description below of how to easily tune the carburetor and the ECU every time perfectly. Just some little short videos if you want to check them out for a little bit of help. But enough about this. Let's get this beautiful Ford onto the gravel track and let's see what she can do. Welcome back to the gravel track. Today we're in the Ford RS200 and we're going to be using this chase camera today because this car kind of needs to go sideways to go around corners, and it's quite hard to do from inside the cabin. I am not a professional driver in any way, shape or form. I feel like it's just a little bit easier to manage the slides if you can see the rear end. So that's why we're going to be doing that, and plus you get to see the cool car and its awesome livery. But let's get on with this. We're doing a standing lap, then a flying lap. Obviously you won't see much of the standing lap unless, you know, something cool happens or I make some real terrible mistakes, which are more than likely going to happen. And then you'll see the full flying lap regardless of what happens. So let's get on with it. Let's go. We're going to try and beat the Audi Quattro, knock it off the top spot. Can we do it today with this slidey RS200? Let's get you going. Let's go. Come on, you little beast. Hard enough to turn as it is. A little bit of sliding as we go early on, and now I'm at full lock and it wasn't doing anything. I had to let off the acceleration as we try and slide this around the first corner as best we can. Come on, up you come. And then over the crest on the other side. I'm at full power right now, trying to maintain this slide so that we can use it still into the next part of the corner. As we go down, we went a little bit too heavy there, but we'll get it slid around nonetheless. We come up around, over to the top. Oh, I've hit a bollard. We pushed it into the middle. That's going to make the next lap a lot of fun. Into the narrow section where you don't want to do what I've just done there, because you can roll it. I have done that many a times during my practice runs. Slamming on the brakes because we definitely want to slide around this last corner if we can. Not that well there, but as we go through and across the line, there it is in a 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Definitely not the best we've ever done here, but there we go. Sliding it around the first corner for our flying lap. We want to try and do the best we possibly can here, so let's get over this crest and get a good run. Please be a good run. Come on. Slamming on the brakes so we can get a nice bit of slide for this corner here into the little windy section before the jump, with a lovely little lake just off to our left there as we go. We don't want to get too much height over the jump, so I'm going to dab the brakes just so that we can carry on into this next corner nicely as we slide it on around. I moved that bollard into the middle accidentally earlier as hitting it. So let's slide around this one. Come on, come on, come on. Bit more slidey, please. Catching the lip as we go around and then fully slid on the way out. We want a bit more sliding going on for this corner here as we nip it all the way around. Oh, catching the edge. That definitely didn't help our cause for a good time, did it? As we slide around up the hill. Too much, too much. There was a bollard under the floor there. I don't know if I did that one or is that the one in the game. As we come around over the crest and we want to get full... Oh, I lost the slide already. Full slide around this corner. Quite tasty without clipping the tree on the exit. Into the narrow section. There we go. Keep it sliding just a little bit as we slide ourselves. Not really sliding there. Bit slow into the forest section. And then into my least favourite corner because you tend to get a lot of speed and then don't realise where the corner is, which is exactly what I've done there. But I think we recovered it even if it wasn't the most beautiful recovery we've ever achieved. Sliding on through, and then it's the corner that you really, really can't see at any speed. We want to make sure we're prepared for it. There it is. Round we go. Bit of sliding there. A little bit more sliding so that we can thread the needle of this corner tastily. Beautifully done there. And then sliding around. Oh, too much braking. Sliding around for the final corner. What sort of time can we get with as we cross over the line? That was a 1:55.990. And I'm not going to lie to you, everybody. That was the best lap I have done all day. 1:55.990 from the beautiful RS200. There she is. Let's get this one back into the garage. See where it ends up on the gravel track lap time board. See if we can sell it on for a nice bit of profit. Unfortunately, the Ford RS200 WRC was unable to beat the Audi Quattro round the gravel track, which is a bit of a shame. Managed to come in at 11th out of 14 with a fastest time of 1:55.990 from that flying lap. Not the best, but there we go. I've still enjoyed building it nonetheless. Let's talk facts and figures. I bought the car for $55,434 and would have lost out on $9,090 if we'd have sold it there and then. We obviously didn't do that. We spent a further $86,792, putting our total spend at $142,226. That's quite a bit, but if we sell it now, is there some profit to be made? Let's get in. Let's take a look. Well, there she is, all 100% finished, fully tuned, and had her turn on the gravel track lap time board, although she wasn't that good. But anyway, managed to tune the engine from 580 horsepower to 1,397, 142% horsepower gain. Absolutely impressed with that one, especially without an ECU or any carburetors to give us that little bit of extra tuning. It is what it is, though. But we spent 142,226 to get there. Can we sell it and make some profit? Wow. With a sale of 647,251, that would leave us profit 505,295 from this beautiful car. And it is a beautiful car. It is a lot of fun to drive. Don't expect to break any fast time records or anything like that. But if you want something a little bit slidey, something a little bit challenging to try and master, to try and drive, definitely this. I used my controller to do the best I could do with it, and it still wasn't that good. But that's mostly driver error, pilot error, than anything to do with the car. So if you want something fun, slidey and sideways, this is definitely the car for you. Link in the description below. Go and grab that one for yourself. Thank you very much, French Toast, and for Payne for bringing this one in. French Toast for the liveries, Payne for the car itself. But it's time to say goodbye and take our wonderful profit. Thank you very, very much. Now, coming up next is our next competition build, and we are working on the 2011 to 2014 Dodge Charger. This one is a beautiful, beautiful car. I absolutely love it. We've tried to get this one into so many competitions. It's always been the runner-up and never the winner, never the car that actually gets built. So this time round, it is the car that got built. So I've designed this absolutely crazy beast. You can see a little bit of pipework in the hood there. I've made some few modifications to this one, but you'll have to see all of that in the next episode. If we just go in, let's have a look. This is what we've called the VM SRT Black Badge. It's a 2012 Dodge Charger. It's got 162,000 kilometers on it. We got it from the auction house. I made it so this version's available from the salon just so I could buy it and test everything, make sure it all worked before I went and built it. Forgot to take that one off, but it is what it is. We got ours from the auction house, and it's not that bad. The frame's pretty terrible, but everything else should be all right. The engine in it is the V8 double overhead cam, a supercharged engine, pumping out 766 factory horsepower. We're obviously going to be tuning it, putting as many performance parts as we can and seeing what power we can get from this lovely, lovely Dodge Charger. Did we get a good deal for it, though? No, but not by much, so I'll take that. I bought it for 39,689 and can sell it for 38,419, losing out on 1,270 before we even begin. But yes, this is the competition entry. By the time you see this video on Monday, you still have time to go and build and customize your own. So if you want to do that, you definitely should. But if you just want to see what I've created and vote for mine, check out the official Red Dot Games Discord server, linked in the description below. Come and take part if you want to, but if not, just vote for your favourite. Mine will be there very shortly, and the full build will be here on Thursday. So make sure you join us back here on Thursday for the beautiful Dodge Charger. I can't wait. Lots of customization elements, some that you'll see in just a second as we sort of nip up around. But what did you think of the beautiful Ford RS200 WRC? Did we do it justice? I know our lap times around the gravel track weren't the best, but it is what it is. But anyway, thank you so much to our members. Always appreciate you. If you want to sign up and join, it's $2.99. Click the join button below. You'll get access to my configs and my liveries that we create, all the beautiful ones, especially this Dodge coming up. I think you're going to really enjoy this one. It's going to be cool. But that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, leave a cheeky little like. Don't forget to double check you are subscribed. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.